ゲーム音声は大丈夫、マイク音声も多分大丈夫。ということで、おはようございます。バーチャルドリーマーのMugen-Zeroです。今日もメインストーリーをのんびりやっていくという配信をやります。今日この時間 VR チャットの配信をいつもやってるんだけど、今日ちょっとネタが完全にないっていうのと、サムネの準備とかもろもろをしてないっていうのと、あと単純にあんまり今日元気がないっていうか、 VR をつけてあれこれ動き回るっていう気力がなかったから、今日はのんびりやれる原神をちょっとやっていこうと思います。よいしょ。逆に原神の配信やった後に VR チャットの配信やるってのもありっちゃありなのかな。よいしょ。ということで、ヘッドホンの音が異様に小さいな。OK。これざっくり1時間かそこらやれればいいかな今日は。前のメインストーリー何も覚えてないんだよな。
Better than nothing.
どうしようかな。素材欲しいからやりに行ってもいいけど、マッスルでいいか。マッスルでいいか。
Solidify. Dodge this. Ha! Ha!
よいしょ。宝箱の取り逃しも結構多いな。
I suppose this will do.
結局あれか、やんなきゃいけないのかあいつら。めんどっちいな。
There really were Vtuber at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us too.
Let me weave you a
Cool it! This moment will be frozen. Quickly!
Burn! Gather!
Stay right there.
Order guide you.
何が何だかさっぱりだな。
witness the power of Google.
Freeze!
Verdict is. This is order.
あと他には
Crumble.
Dodge this. Ha, ha. Oh, so sorry. Ha, ha, ha. 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 Ha.
No, my sword!
Freeze.
Better than nothing.
勝利成績来てからだいぶ戦闘楽になったな。
Solidify.
Not breaking a sweat.
Ha. Cool it. Ha, ha.
Ring cutter!
My duty.
Order guide you.
Yeah.
Rain outlines your fate.
Dodge this. This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze.
よいしょ。
Gather.
ハリウのでっかいの硬いな、やっぱり。
Time for retribution. I will have order.
Dodge this.
オッケー。オッケーだけど素材がない。
What's the hurry?
悲しいな。
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper, too. Paimon's seen this pattern before. But where? Oh, Paimon knows! It looks just like the sigil of permission the child gave you. But how did a relic of your death die end up in the hands of someone like Child? Suspicious. Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the Sigil of Permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine powers. Maybe the Vtuber copied the Sigil of Permission in the hopes of achieving a similar
人名
effect.
難しいね。1000人の名前とかも全然覚えられんや。
Divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous. And the plot thickens. We'll need to keep an eye on Child, that's for sure. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We gotta go meet up with Zhang Li soon. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh. Let's go! Paimon hates being late.
今日配信しながらお酒飲もうと思っておつまみを買ってきたんだけど、その枝豆がすごい硬くて中身が取れなかったっていう。イベント中さ、結局話を聞いてて喋るタイミングがないから、まあその時につまんだり飲んだりしようかなと思って今日はお酒を用意して、言うて今日そんな昨日みたいに4時間もやる予定はないけど、まあとりあえずリーウェイの話一区切りついて 早めに稲妻行っときたいな。
No, my sword!
あ、当たんなかった。
Witness the power of Gugwa!
Cool it. Don't get frostbite.
Stabilize.
Freeze.
Burn. Order guide you. Rise.
Cool it.
いまだにキャラクターごとのクールタイムが全然わかんないんだよな。
Rain outlines your brightest flames. Burn fast.
一瞬で死んだ。
Time for retribution.
先生のシールド残ってるから大丈夫だろうと思ったら全然そんなことなかった。あいつ、あ、イノシシだった。ベビービシャップだっけ。なんかトカゲみたいなやつ。あれも見かけたら倒さないといけないんだよな。素材が本当に足りなくなってきた。お、なんか光ってる。ミントか。効果音がすっごいな。今のうちにちょっと開
Right
けち
on
ゃおう。
time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and pretty and expensive. Paimon's never seen such a fancy schmancy place before.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust? What did you talk about with her?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's very friendly. Yeah, her take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. She thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
どうなんだろうな。
So you also met with Keqing then? What did she have to say?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart, though they are both members of the Qixing. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever achieve that. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her, even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this Lapis and the Fatui hat. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least. No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Eugene Terrace have some? Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers. Maybe we could ask her.
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild.
探しに行かないといけないってこと
Wild
か。
glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense. But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. That's correct. Your singing will surely bring out the strongest fragrance from the flowers.
So how good is your singing? Really? Why doesn't Paimon believe you?
We'll only know once she starts singing.
歌か、ライアーとかでやるのかな。と思ったら普通に生えてたわ。
It's time to sing whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
Cool it!
Solidify!
主人公の歌ってたやつってバーバラが歌ってたやつだよな。あれ流行ってんのかモンドで。とりあえず体験でぶん殴っていくしかないか。
Verdict is... Stabilize! I will have order!
結局勝利先生の元素爆発でぶん殴るのが一番手っ取り早くなっちゃったな。
Rain outlines your
Freeze!
Gather!
めっちゃしぶといんだよな。
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. Strange. These petals look interesting. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
That's so lame.
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies?
カウンが
Oh, hey, it's... What's her face?
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name. Ah, that reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Huh. Something seems a little off about Ganyu.
なるほどね、単純
She's
に
acting different from
忘
the
れてただ
first
けか
time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan.
花
But
見
now I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard. Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7. The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago.
神様の
Of
代
the
替わりが
current
進んでるっ
7
てことか
archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden. As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached its end.
Huh? Did you just say as an Adeptus?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day. Well, let's save that conversation for another day.
ああ、なるほど、これ
You
角
say
か
that you are here looking for glaze lilies? I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself. Here, you may have it if you wish.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too.
ほえ
Thanks, Ganyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the upcoming farewell for our ancient lord. If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks. In more
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you over time. So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked, the wear and tear on your heart may go well past mending.
Wow. See? Xiaoli sounds like he's already seen it all. Alright, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now.
探索も兼ねて歩いて戻るか。言うてここら辺は何もなさそう。
Nothing to fear. Stabilize.
Cool it. Oh, so sorry.
Let me weave you a verse.
This is order.
Freeze. Ha! Ha!
オッケー。ああ。ほっといていいか。
What's the hurry?
やるか。
Time for retribution. Gather.
Rain outlines your fate.
Dodge this. Ha! Ha! Don't get frostbite. Ha! Ha!
Ha! Ha!
あれはほっといていいか。あとはなんか素材をいい感じに集められつつできればいいんだけど、あれ何やってんだ。ああ、なるほど。
I will have order. Stabilize. Ha! Verdict is
We'll need more where that came from.
Yeah.
こんなとこに開ける場所あったんだな。よいしょ。ワープで行くのが一番早いんだけど、やっぱ見逃し多いな。宝箱漁ってかないと育成素材も全然ないから、頑張って探索せんとな。
Body and mind. Time to act.
ほっ。うん？この上っぽいな。 あとあそこの上にも宝箱あるな。お茶とお茶だけ買っとくか。なんだかんだ言って道中ダメージ食らうから、それの回復用に持っとかんとね。
Gather!
Unsolicited, and all the more valuable for it.
お、
Solidify!
Witness the power of Gugwa.
よいしょ。
Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
あと他には何もないかな。
How fortunate. What's the hurry?
Oh, でっかいのがいる。
I suppose.
Stabilize! Order guide you. Burn!
No, my sword!
Solidify!
Let me weave you a verse.
This is order.
よいしょ。
Time to act.
意外と見落とししてるな、やっぱり。
Cool it! This moment will be frozen.
Body and mind.
獣肉。お肉大事だね。やっぱ通常攻撃微妙だな。育成が全然できてねえや。
I hope we find long lost ancient literature.
あと他にもう一個あったはずなんだけど、どうだったかな。
We'll need more where that
う
came
わー、レベルが上がった。
I suppose this will do.
Ha!
あれ戻ってこんかな。来ないか。一旦離れて、オッケーオッケー。
Ha! 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 Ha!
Dodge this.
Ha! The verdict is...
よいしょ。
Freeze.
Quake! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
特になんもなしか。よいしょ。
I can do it.
これは一体、やったギミックだっけ？覚えてねえや。やってなかったわ。
Chests appearing out of thin air? This needs research.
となると上も見ておきたい。ちょっと足りないかな。足りなさそう。
Stabilize! Order guide you!
なんかあるわけじゃないか。
Animal test 60.
Gather.
Fallen Emma, help!
Time for retribution.
またすぐどっか走り回るんだな、あいつは。
Absorption test. Animal test 6301.
Rise.
Fly!
このちっこいの苦手だな、本当に。
タラコ、こんばん
タラ
は。
コさんいらっしゃい。今日はVR やる元気なかったから普通にメイン進める配信やってます。よいしょ。昨日の進行度とあんまり変わりはないね。ちょっと今メイン進めて、で探索がてら帰ってるとこ。やっぱ取りこぼしの宝箱多いからちょっと歩くだけでも結構見つかるねっていう。でも結構遠いな。まあちょこちょこ宝箱見つかってるからいいけど、今日でできればハウジング開放してちょっといじれるようにはしたいな。まあなんだかんだ言ってる間に帰ってきたか。あれ洗礼いたっけ、こんなとこ。
タラコ、勝利レベル高いですね。樹脂いくらくらい余ってます。
樹脂はね 10個余ってる。俺は気候に課金してるから多分そっちの方で経験値本とか貯めてるからあれやね、そっちでだね。ただ添付素材の集めるのにだいぶ使っちゃったからこれ以上使うのはちょっともったいないなってなってるけど。おお、
I will have order.
Just like we rehearsed. Stand clear.
タラコ、使わない方がいいと思います。
取っといた方がいい。まあもうちょいしたら生物の厳選ができるようになるからそこでだね、使うとしたら。
Solidify.
タラコ、45から使うのがおすすめです。
よいしょ。
Stand clear.
タラコ、生異物が金確定なので。
そうそう45になったらとりあえず多分そこのレベルまで行くまでには多分絶縁とか可感も解放されるだろうからその時だね、やるんだったら。今使ってるやつはもう正直厳しいしな。
Better than nothing.
勝利先生今ね、とりあえず今全力で育てて、まあレベル70で
Osmanthus wine tastes
突
the
破素
same
材が
as
足
I
りないから
remember.
このレベル解放ができない状態だ
But
ね。
where are those who share the memory?
でまあ添付も、まあ、上げられるだけ上げてって状態やね。 あとはもうスクロースもレベル突破したいし、ベネットも育成したいし、シャンリンとかもできれば全員育成したいし、この前昨日配信で行く秋交換して貫突したっていうリスナーさんが来たから、じゃあ俺も行く秋手に入れようと思って交換して行く秋手に入れたから、行く秋の育成もしたい。本がね足りないのよ、圧倒的に。よいしょ。リーユへ着いたけど一旦戻って回復しよう。生物ね、早く金確定になってほしいもんだけど、なんで45からなんだろうね。
雪焼き育成最優先以上わら
雪秋最優先。雪秋ね、今ね、おっとっと、レベル何だったかな、雪秋。今レベル40で止まってて、で武器が、飛天三剣、これしかないからね今。飛天三剣で、突はしてなくて、テンプは122だから。ベネットもあれなんよな、今40、50か、50で止まってんだよな。今60に解放して。雪明けあげちゃうか。
タラコ、なんだかんだディルックに一番合うんじゃないかな。武器は黎明おすすめです。
黎明ね、黎明持ってたかな。ちょっとまた本ちょっと溜まったらだな、大きなやつ。武器黎明がおすすめ。飛天三剣、黎明、あれだ、ガイアにも出してる。今ガイアの方に使っちゃってるからな。同じのもう一本引ければいいんだけど。
You're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like... However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
だんだん大変になってきた
Their
な。
boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn the balance? Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be
やっと
wisest
フー
to
タを
look
出て
for
くる
the
のかな
Fumas
そろそろ。
first.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him now?
多分向こうから来るんじゃないか
Where would he go
な。
at a time like this?
と思ったら探しに行くんか。よいしょ。まあ31か。40溜まったら無双の祝いって倒しに行くか。でもどうなんだろうな。一旦70で止めて他のキャラも70くらいまで上げてからやった方がいいか。あ、思いっきり遠いな。でもワープないから歩いていくしかないな。黄金やこっちで合っているね。 OK。 道沿いに行くかちょっとそれて探索しながら行くか、どっちがいいかな。まあいいや、探索しながら行こう。宝箱あるかもしらんし。ここはあれか、マルチで行った。マルチで行った場所か。また参加型やりたいな。この上かな。あ、でもこれこの人前あったな。前てか昨日の配信で会った人だな。あ、そう、思い出した。確かこれ見失ってじゃあいいやってなったんだ。
僕もパーティーキャラ基本的にはレベル70添付6でメインアタッカー、この場合ではディルックだけをレベル80にしたり添付強化してました。
なるほど。じゃあとりあえず一人特化で育てて。あ、岩の瞳2つある。ちょっとこれは両方回収したいな。配信中だとさ、岩の瞳チェッカー的なのあれ開けないからさ、手探りで探すしかないんだよな。じゃあとりあえず今ディルックレベル70にしたら、先ディルックだな。とりあえずメインで使ってるのは70で止めて、それ終わったらちょっと他のキャラだな。さて、ここら辺にあるっぽいんだけど、上か？あ、でも上ないしな。謎、どこだろう。あ、いやでもめっちゃ落としてる。下か。まさかの下だった。それ気づかんよ。
Better than nothing.
怪我の巧妙ってやつか、これか。これ気づかんってこんな穴で、これもう一個あるんだよな確か。ここら辺に確かもう一個反応があったから、それも取りに行かんと。あった。そっか、今ディルック確かレベル64とかだったな。行くわけに使ってる場合じゃなかったな。お、あった。
Enhanced Animal Module 75. Animal Test 6308. Tests appearing out of thin air? This needs research.
オッケー。あ、それあとあれが使えるようになってるはず。なんだっけか。なんかいらないもん突っ込んで、でなんか違う物質に変えるやつみたいなアイテム。あれもちょっとこれ終わったらやるか。どっかに岩のあれがあるな。なんかエネルギーの塊みたいな。どこら辺にあるんだろう。ここもなんか入れそうな場所があるな。これ気になるな。楽でいいわ。今までずっと一個一個殴ってたもんな。
タラコ、これとスクロースの役職が被るので後々2つのパーティに分けて螺旋運用するのがいいかもですね。
あー、螺旋全然やってないな。スクロース入れてるのは単純に探索っていうか歩かせて遊んでるだけだから、あれだな、本当にただの適当なノリみたいなもんだな。お、さて、多分ここの3つやればここが開くんだろうなってわけではないな。この中に岩のやつがあるから、これを開けなきゃいけないのか。これはどっから開けるんだろう。これか。全然反応してくれなかった。
Leave it to me.
オッケー、なるほどね。
We'll need more where that came from.
お、で、あと1個。あー、めっちゃ凍る。
Bunny. Wow, these will come in handy.
しょ。よし、じゃあ探索の続きやっちゃおう。石箔がめちゃくちゃ必要だからどっかで拾えればいいんだけど。あー、スライムがまだいる。だから言うて全然違う方向に行ってないか俺。さっきここ行ってたはずなんだけど。このまままっすぐ飛んでけばいいか。螺旋なあ、多分戦力が不足してるから途中で諦めてるんだよね今。
カムセワムニダかゆ作り、今日もこんばんはです。
カムスさんいらっしゃい。今日ものんびりメインを進める配信してます。昨日終わり際にね、なんか敵配信やるよって言ってたけど、よいしょ。今日はあんまり調子が良くなくて、やったとしてもちょっとぐだるだろうなと思ったから、原神の配信でのんびりやることにしました。ということでメイン進めてます。多分今日で王城堂行って、で多分あれかな、ハウジング開放できるかな。
カムセワムニダかゆ作り、昨日寝落ちしてましたわら。
ど深夜までやってたからね。結局週末の夜結構長い時間やるから、どうしてもね配信つけたまま寝ちゃうっていうのが多いわね。
たらこ、
そういうわけではない。
前の俺と同じで草。
そう深夜に配信やってずっと長時間やっちゃうからさ。
たらこ、あるあるですよね。
どうしてもね。
I'll race you there.
よいしょ。
Bet you can't keep up with me.
お、ソロで挑戦。
カムセワムニダかゆ作り、眠くなかったんですが布団入ったら気絶しました。
どうしようかな、誰で行こうかな。まあいつも通りで。
Wow! This is the golden house? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside?
あ、もしかしてここであれか、
Full of
タルタリ
Mora.
アとやり合うのか。
This is where all of Tibet's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right?
全部金でできてるのはなかなか悪趣味だ
On
な。
top of a mountain of Mora. It's
た
like
ら
a dream
こ、
come
やり合います。
やり合うか。
Oh, right. That
タルタリアって確か氷と
quiet.
雷だっけ。
たらこ、案外強いっす。
マジで
Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as
ベネット
the
入れてきた方が良かったか
Exuvia.
な。
Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
さてどうしようかな。まあ入れとくか一応念のため。
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? stopping the more immense, hiding away the exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the gnosis from inside the exuvia all along?
As one of the
てかあれだな、
11
今日
Fatui
もコメントの読み上げ反応
It's
して
my
くれてな
duty
い
to
な。
see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires.
タラコ、勝利シールド外野爆発雪焼き爆発、ディルック殴り。こ
I'm
の
not
順番
asking
で
for
レ
your
ッツゴー。
blessing. And there's
勝利
nothing you
先生
can
で
do
は
to
まあ
stop me
大抵はなん
anyway.
とかなるな。
The
コメントの
time
読
for
み上げは
discussion
普通
and
にできてた
diplomacy
か。
has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will
これ
prioritize her
イベ
mission,
ントシーン
weigh
やって
the
る間に
outcomes,
飯バフ
and consider
切
the
れるんじゃないか。
consequences of her actions. But as for me,
始まってから
the
食えばよか
greatest
ったな。
pleasure of being a harbinger lies in
で
crossing
も腹ご
blades
しらえって
with
大事だもん
strong
な。
タラ
opponents.
コ、ディルックとガイア家業秋逆がいいかもマイクカ W。
あ、並びも結構やっぱ
So you intend to
あれ
fight
か。
me? Good.
大事なの
I
か。
won't kill you,
タラ
traveler.
コ、
I'll
頑張
just
って
play
くださ
along
い。
to feel
頑張
the
る。
thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway. Fighting talk, I love it. Now let's see you live up to it.
まああるものでやっていくしかないからな。
This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Try this.
あ、でも案外結構削れるな。
Stabilize.
Good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you.
おお、かっこ
Well,
よ。
that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. All you do is run.
タラコ、勝利強くね。
勝
W。
利強いね。
Solidify.
Body and mind.
シールド貼ってればなんとかなるから本当に強い。
Cool it.
Gather.
Witness the power of go.
I will have order.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive.
かっこよ、タルタリア。
That's about as far as you'll get.
Didn't 主人公も結構割と余裕そうな感じだから。
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
なんだっけ、主人公は力奪われて今の状態なんだっけ
Oh,
か。
quiet down. Stop acting like some
多分ね
wide-eyed recruit. You've
今
seen
のメ
this
ンバーの
world.
中で
You
一
of
番
all
火
people
力ある
should
ね
know.
あの
This should have
先
been
生は。
expected. Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
もしかしてもう一戦できるってこと？まだまだ遊べるのってか。ロボ？こんなんだったんかタルタリア。
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah!
痛そう。めっちゃ強そう。
You got to the gnosis ahead of me, didn't you?
タラコ、だったと何度思ったことか。
いや、かっこよくない？でも。
No matter. Hand the gnosis over now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
これね、元素スキルのさ、リキャストの時間がいまだに把握しきれないんだよな。
This moment will be frozen.
本来だったらこんな正面からバシバシ殴り合う戦い方はしないんだろうな。
Cool it.
Time for retribution!
Die here.
Rain outlines your...
What's the hurry?
Stabilize!
おお、すげえ。
Solidify!
No, my sword!
Freeze.
Rain cutter!
Order guide you! Burn!
あとちょいか。わあ、
Was
強っ。
unexpected.
Rain outlines your fate.
おお、めっちゃ間違える。
Rise!
Die here.
Gather. 勝利先生いればもうどうとでもなるな、本当に。
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt.
タラコ、雪焼き育ってないから今はいいかもね。
You already know the answer, don't you?
まあまあまあ、バランスは取れてきてるから。
But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me
正
satisfied.
直、ディル
Anyone who
ック
strives as I do to grow stronger shall
ディ
be
ルック
called
と
a
スクロー
friend,
スいれば戦闘は
even
正
if
直な
our
んとかなる
friendship
から
can
な。
only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end.
元気だな、あんだけ戦っ
My
とい
quest
て。
still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps, in fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
プラン B ってやつか。
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyan's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
The Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research.
ああ、
With
本
the
物じゃなか
power
った
of
んだ、
so
あれ。
many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
こっからどうなっちゃうんだろう。動画とか配信だとさ、よくボスに対しての情報とかはあるけど、ストーリーとかは全然見ないからな。ここら辺は完全に初見だな。
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
Oh. やたらと規模がでかくなってきた。武器って育成すると見た目変わるんだ。
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising.
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Lilith. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chi Sing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti
タラコ、
mechanisms?
両光が星4であることに未だに納
But a
得い
little
ってない。
tinkering to turn this
いいゆえの
ballista
最高権
into
力
an
者
engine
だ
of
とカン
war
雨の
beyond
上
your
司だと
wildest
W。
thoughts.
まあどうなんだろうな、そこら辺のリアリティの話は。
Adepti that we should be thankful for.
なんだろう
So
な。
be it. We shall use the
ビジュアル
upgraded
の問題な
Guizhong
のか、
Ballista
それ
to
とも
fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their
なんだろう、やっ
strength
ぱ
to
り
man it. We haven't a moment to spare.
ガチャ光りやすいのはどっちかって言ったら、やっぱ関羽とかの方になっちゃうんだろうなっていうのがあるのかな。大人の事情的な。すげえ。
タラコ、勝利のせいではと考えた。他の勝利か。それなら仕方ない。
確かに関羽国星が星5なのに行幸だけ星4なのはちょっと変な話だよな。
Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have
あ
not
あ、
faced a
こういう
god
時
in
にスクロ
several
ースを
millennia.
連れてくればよかった。
Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Burn!
間違えた。 よいしょ。大丈夫？てかボコボコに殴られてない？殴られてるね。
Crumble!
スクロース連れてくればよかったな。
Quake! I will have order.
これスクロース連れてくるべきだった。確かに。
No, my sword!
Freeze!
こういう展開は予想できてなかったな。
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
でっけえ。お
The
お。
Fatui! Their attacks are
ああ出てき
unrelenting!
た。
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
こいつら3体エグくない？
Order guide you.
Dodge this!
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
ああ、おばあちゃんがすごい強者の目線でアドバイスを。
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is Adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Cars! Wow! It's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really
バーやつえ。
strong!
I will have order.
Stabilize.
これ大変じゃない？
Burn.
届かなかった。
This moment will be frozen.
Solidify.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight.
こいつ硬いな。
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
おお。
We're going too fast.
あとは？
Gather.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Let me weave you a
Stabilize. Order guide you.
これ大変だ。
Cool it.
でもうっかり落ちそうで怖いな。
Exercise caution.
まだいるってか。
I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
危ねえ。50% 切ってら。
I will have order.
Solidify.
Verdict is
Gather.
Let me weave you a bird.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
My work.
これ忙しい。
No, my sword.
Cool it.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
fight on, comrades. Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
あとは？ 割とギリギリだった。ああ、デッドエージェントが。
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
おお。
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
すげえな。他の、ああよかった、ちゃんと助けられてる。 モブキャラの命は儚くなかったんやな。
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
おお。
青年期こんばんは。
定年さんいらっしゃい。
Lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend.
今メインストーリー進めてます。
Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future. やってることがもう映画ないよな。昔のソーシャルゲームだとこういうのも全部テキストとかで演出してたけど、今じゃこうやってちゃんと映像として見れるのありがたいな。なるほど、ね、確かにサブアカ作ってストーリー見直し体制が出てくるのも納得だわ。
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am a...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the... I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear?
意外と1000人の姿は一般市民に見えないとか、そういうわけではないんだな。
All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
まあもうすでに正体知ってるからあれだけど、
Hyman doesn't get it. But is
この
that
時
the
点だと
strongest
じゃあ
we
神
can
様
have?
誰な
The
のって
Adepti
なっちゃ
was
うよ
right
な。
at the party that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshan Funeral Parlor.
やっと往生堂だ。いろいろ報酬が溜まってるから回収しに行きたいけど、
Body and mind. Time to act.
石。
Body and mind.
どうしようかな。37か。
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
126だから交換はできるか。おお、往生堂の人。
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
確かリーユエ銀行にはあれなんだよな、宝箱があって、そこには大量のモラがあるっていうのは俺は聞いたぞ。
Time to act.
育成素材に金はつきものだからありがたくいただいてに行くか。よいしょ。ずっと同じチームってのもあれだからな。お？なんか今拍手が聞こえた。あれか。
Cuisine will surely prevail in this year's Masterful Chefs.
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves
そう
communication,
なんか
you
この
know.
チームがいいよってこの前教えてもらって
Don't take
とりあえ
it
ず
to
組んでる。
heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land?
タラコ、強
I'm
そう
sure
や
you
な。
must have
なんか強い
enjoyed
らしい。
that.
俺は全然揃ってないから
It seems that
あれだ
some
け
of
ど
your。friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you. You're also
シャンリンに限ってはもうレベル40で止まってるからな今。
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a
その
Fatui
うち2対
Harbinger.
1とかあるんだろうかな。
Now don't
パ
say
リの
that. Sure,
交
I
換
may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end.
タルタリアやっぱ
Nothing
純粋な
personal.
敵
We
ってい
just
う
have
感じではないな、本当
different
に。
views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled.
いいんかね、それ渡しちゃっても。
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see. Am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that as you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart.
神様やめ
Was
るか。
Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The Gnosis which I had kept for so
神
many
の心なくて
years
も大丈夫な
suddenly
のか、
seemed to
神
have
様連
lost
中っ
its
て。
meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
でもウェンティは普通に使えてそうだし、あんまり変わってないのか。
Point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents,
まあ新しい時代に向けて、そのリユエとその人の契約の時代にするために、
In the
神様の
end,
と一旦降りよ
the
うっていう流
resolution to all that has
れなんかな。
transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, They commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This, despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti and the god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapolyarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
神様やめて人間ってか凡人になれるようになんかいろいろ手伝ってくれるみたいな感じで契約したんかな。そうなんかな。
Paimon can't absorb so much information at once. So Zhongli, what sort of contract did you sign with the Cryo Archon?
One of the clauses of our contract was not to divulge any of its contents.
You're so petty.
ほ出る前にちょっと探索していこうか。あったあった。20万いいね。 これは開けらんないのか。これで育成に困らないな。これでやっと王城道関係のシナリオに入るのか。
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
結構ダメージ受けたまんまだな。一旦回復しに行くか。そっか、あれか、チーム変えてると回復の対象にならないんだな。
たらこ、20万で困らないはさすがに無理あるけどありがたいよね。
20万ね。
枯渇する W。
だって地脈何回か行かないとたまんない額だもんな。
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think. I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
よいしょ。このチームな、あんまり育ってないからな、正直。50なのがフィッシュルとベネットだけだし。生物はそう、一応
たらこ、考察されてて草しかも的中しとるし。
一応生物改めて拾い直してさ、勝利先生ガチャ引いた時にこの岩元素 15% アップの方つけてたんだけど、それだとなんかあれだって言われたから洗顔取りに行けたから洗顔4セットとりあえず拾って、まあ HP バフはあんまないけど、でまあ杯にティーカップに岩元素ダメージバフつけて、まあ、これしかなかったから、まあこれつけてるけど、まあちょこちょこレベルも上げてって感じやね。それで火力出るからありがたいね。まあ多分スライム槍つけてるからだろうけど、まあそのおかげで他のキャラの生物が完全におざなりになってきてるけど、シャンリンとか亡命とバクトだもんな今。で行く秋も亡命で、ベネットは暇女で、スクロースここでアップデートできたらいいんだよな。まあ、フィッシュルは雷と奇跡と早くアップデートしないとな。
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
By royal decree.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up.
And to think that this
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that
正直洗顔ももうちょいちゃんと掘りたいし、スクロースの生物もちゃんと揃えたいから生物掘りに行きたいんだけど、レベル45になってからだから貯めとかんとな、樹脂とかを。一旦勝利の育成完全に止めて他のキャラに集中するか。
Hear ye all! The Chi sings words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must
今のところあれが
they
出ることに勝利先生がいればダメージ全く減らないっていうわけでもないから、今のところ敵強すぎて積むってことは本当になさそう。ただね、テレビ今のチームとかだと倒すのに時間がめっちゃかかるって感じだね。フィッシュル、ユクアキ、ベネット、シャンリンだとみたいな感じで、だから完全にパーティーが固定になっちゃうのがちょっとなって感じ。そこだけちょっとね、その敵倒す攻略するってだけになると今のメンズパーティーだけでいいみたいな。そう、火力不足なのよ。結局ディルック、ガイア、ユクアキ、勝利のパーティーで全部事足りちゃうから、そのキャラクター、いろんなキャラクターを使って遊ぶっていうやり方ができなくなってるっていう。それがね、今ちょっと懸念だね。
But Zhang Li said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything. Did Zhang Li tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Let's go have a look.
通常がね、本当にね、一発が100とかしか出ない、200とかしか出ないだから、本当にちょっと厳しくなってきた。
最初はそんなもんだと思う。
そう、最初はそうなんだけど。弓打って遊んでたら始まっちゃったわ。
Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far,
じ
and
ゃ
our
あこれか
reach
ら
is
単発
long.
引くからガチャで来てくれな
Name
い
your
かな。
price. You deserve that much.
Whoa!
ちょうど工場ガチャの石があるんで、それ引くんで来てもらうことできないですかね。
Wow, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
喋った。俺が喋った。喋った。喋るんか。
タラコ、例えばディルックを最強クラスにすれば他のキャラの育成に手をつけるときもスムーズだろうし、均等に育てるとかえって辛くなるかもよ。優先順位をつけて、だんだんと幅を広げて。
このゲームそれが合わないよな。そのいろんなキャラをまんべんなく使いたいって人は本当に辛くなってくるっていう。さて願いは叶うのか。今石1個あるけど叶ったーってわけでもないか。星4か。よいしょ。バックじゃない。いいや。これ手に入ったら初めてだな。幻想熟知。ちょうど。でも今槍シャンリンがこれででも幻想熟知こっちが基礎攻撃力だもんな。こっち鍛えた方がいいか。今ね、頑張ってシャンリンつけた。武器の幅広がるのはありがたいね。このままもう一段階やっちゃうか。でもさすがに足りなくなってきたな。一旦これで打ち止めるか。どのみち合成しないとないしな。いいね。あと他のキャラの武器がな。あと3レベル上げられるのは正直突破とかして石もらった方がいい気もするけど、まあ。
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication.
もうちょいで工場ガチャも70連くらいまでいきそうだから、ぼちぼち星5は出るはず。よいしょ。
But it seems, well...
As for the mortals and adepti of Liyue,
この人も結構頑張ってくれたもんな。
Rex Lapis. Rex Lapis. Now that I think about it, if everyone's of the same mind as me, perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis might be the best short-term business opportunity.
証拠たくましいな。それは分かってる。大丈夫。原石では引かんよ。もったいないもんな。シャンリンあれ元からシャンリンって鈴の音鳴ってたっけ。こんな鳴ってたっけ。でもシャンリンの武器あれだね、見た目と合ってるね。よいしょ。奥側か。
Body and mind.
正直生物も全然育成できてないから体力弱いんだよなこの子ら。いやこれな、待機ポーズとかを自分でちゃんとタイミング合わせてやるのを待つんじゃなくて設定できるようにしてほしいな。
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Shinya kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Shinya kiosk.
You're right. I do like the Mora.
結局サムネ用に文字入れたりとかっていうのを考えるとなんかああいう感じの構図になっちゃっちゃうね。
Since I've chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
ウェンティは神であり続けてるけど
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've
こ
never
れどん
had
どんどんどん
to.
神様がいなくなってるってこと
But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I
今日
made
どう
as
しようか
Zhongli,
な。
traveling the
0時過ぎ
streets
てから
of
一旦これで終わり
Liyue
にしてもいいし、もともと日曜日の配信はだいたい1時間か2時間やって、
That is true.
で体力あったらまだ違う枠取って配信するみたいな感じでやってたから、
No meetings without partings.
どうしようかな。
Paimon thinks that
こ
we
れで
should
あ
make
と
a
無数
move
の岩
and
倒して
continue
今日終
our
わりに
search
しても
for
い
the
いし、
seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be
明
difficult.
日平日だからね。
The nation that neighbors Liyue
土曜
by
日みたい
sea
にど深夜までやるってわけにはいかないから、
is presently closed.
ぼちぼち終わりにすっかね今日。それは作業したりした方がいいか。
The Electro Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense,
まあメインストーリー
Paimon doesn't remember that it
一
was
区切り
being
ついてから
the
この後
case.
多分ピンバーヤーの任務が解放されるからそれちょっと確認してたな。
Since you're Rex
長くなりそうだったら一旦区切って裏でやってもいいし、
How did Inazuma become a closed nation?
裏でやるか。
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, Humans often bemoan their lack of power.
さすがにね、
But
そ
if
こ
a
まで
person shows true
遅くまでや
strength
る
of will at
体
a
力はもう
desperate
残っ
and
てない今日
fateful
は。
moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor.
そんな体力あったら今日
This
VR
is
チャットの
what
配信やってるもんな。
Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by
で
the
この後
gods.
でも VR かぶってちょっとサムネ用の写真撮ったりとか下見とかしてやんないといけないから、
But starting from
まあ
last
どっちみ
year,
ち
the
遅くて
Raiden
も深夜
Shogun
1時までに
began
はやめると思う。
promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal
や
reign.
ることがすごいね、
The
ライ
fact
デン
that
将
even
軍。
I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse. That said, the reason why the Chising were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as gifting dreams and visions? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
なんでタルタルエと仲いいんだろうね、勝利先生。
Before the Chising made their announcement, we
あ、
listened to
そ
a
っちの
lot
方
of
ではない
people
か。
talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
慣れ初めとかを聞き
These
たかっ
are
たんだけど。
indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Chising from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Chising don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Kuching is absolutely right in saying this. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Chising's plan to take governing power over Liyue from the hands of the gods and Adepti, could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wished
まあ
to know?
新しい時代に変わってこっていう風に動いてたんだろうね、みん
You
な。
don't have your gnosis. What's going to happen to all the Mora in Teyvat? Since Morax is dead, are they all just gonna disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo
金って神
Archon's
様の
power.
力使って作ってたんか。
Terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to an end!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the Liyue Chising to debate.
Then, did you at least set some priorities private funds aside for
へそくり。
Oh, a private fund.
ほら消えたら
This
大
does
変なこと
seem
になっ
like
ち
a
まう
good,
よ。
logical, common sense idea. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
まあ多分モラと同
It's a
じ
shame that I
もの
didn't
だっ
think of it at the time.
ていうことにしてなんか違うものを
Alright then.
紙幣にするだけだ
Was
ろうけ
there
ど。
anything else you wish to know?
いや、楽にはならんだろうね。
Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation.
結局何か使うからな、
Have
強化に。
patience. I suspect that some
金かかりすぎなのは
serendipity
確かに
must
そうだ
first
と
come
思うけ
into
ど。
play.
なんであんな金かかるんや、強化に。誰に払ってるんだ、あの金はっていう。
All right then. Was well then.
これで、おお、いいね。これでピンバーヤーと会話できるけど、その前にどうしようかな、無双の岩倒しに行ってもいいけど、でも今すぐ勝利を強化するっていうのもな、考え直してもいいな。石箔はまあちょこちょこ集めに行けば足りるだろうけど、これは合成でしか手に入んないし、でも今イベントでいろいろ交換してるから、そこから合成で作れるから、まあスライムのピルも合成できるし、まああんまこれは急がんでもいいか。
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are the...
これもな、やっぱ本足りないな、経験値本が。フィッシュルもレベル60にしたいし、正直さっさと突破して石集めたいんだよな。あ、それこれは今日の分やってなかったな。後でやろう。よし。他人のハウジングに行って、ハウジングでいいのかな、あれ名前。ピンバーヤ探さんと。物買うっていうやつもちょっとやりたいしな。他の任務をクリアしてから進むことができる。あれ？なんか嫌な予感がする。と思ったらこれか。魔人任務かな？まあ、勝利先生の伝説とかはこれ今度やろう。陣団長もやってないし、今度はそれメインの配信するか。ここら辺は世界任務かな？魔人任務？これ全部魔人任務か。ダインスレイブをクリアしてください。ダインスレイブ？なんかやることがあるので、これはモナとジン団長で、これがあれ、なんかピンバーヤに会うっていう、これだ。いろいろ任務が急に出てきたから、それもやっていかないとね。
Ah, children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
座りっぱなしで腰が痛くなってきた。
You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do. Especially since I imagine you still, fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis. Part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of.
ピンバイアもしかしたら最強説あるかもしれん。タルタリアとかピンタ一発で倒すかもしれん。バイア。
on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. That is what one might call
今
an
スメールのさ
exercise of
アランナル
true
の
power.
一匹がさ遺跡守衛を一撃で倒すっていうシーンがあるじゃん。
Nostalgia for now.
だからあんな感じで
The gift
もしかした
that
ら
I
ピン
have
バイアも
prepared
めちゃくちゃ
for
強い
you
かもしんない。
just requires a few final materials to add the finishing touch.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed these days. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glazed lilies thrived most profusely. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies, and if you were lucky enough, you just might find a small patch of shimmer soil there. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to be the way it is today. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped the mines all but completely bare of it. In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with it is, in fact, harmful to humans. Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
Well, since you're an adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an adeptus.
She counts? How come there's
確かに1000人多いよな。
We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an adeptus and never even know it.
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yen Fei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yen Fei, I believe you've already heard of the traveler and her traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chising. A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yanfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes. Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous...
All right, Yanfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment. You'll have to excuse Yanfei. She's always been like this. Ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't...
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is really rather essential. Yanfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already.
Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
どっから出したんだ今の本。
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
すっげえ顔してる今。
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Krusel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability.
現代人的な法律ってか1000人なんだろうな。
Be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
国政と関羽と延妃か。まあすごい Z 世代の1000人って感じ。今風で言うと。今30分か。もうちょっとイベント進めて長そうだったらもう裏でやっちゃうよこれは。それかどうしよう。伝説任務も配信とかでやりたいんだよな。いや伝説任務裏でやってこれを配信でやるか。まあ人によってはネタバレになっちゃうしな。悩ましいとこや。ちなみに次誰育成したらいいと思う？ゆくあきやっぱ。 行くわけかな。正直生物。フィッシュルも使えるようになりたいんだよな。あ、これメインのあれとは関係ないのか。とりあえず1時までやるって言ったから1時までやって、あ、なんかすごいいっぱい依頼ある。
I can't wait to see my adorable daughter again.
.これは終わんないやつな。これも完全に裏でやるやつやな。とりあえず受けれるやつは全部受けたんで、これは後で裏でこっそりやります。ちゃんちゃんも依頼があるのか。やること多くねえか急に。ああ、まだ依頼がある。めちゃくちゃ依頼がある。これはもう配信でやるしかないな。逆にあえて配信でやるか。伝説任務裏でやって、これ世界任務配信でやるか。あっちか。これあと終わるかな。何渡すって？出向か。何点もの謎任務を。どういうこと？ 南天門の謎任務って何？他にやんなきゃいけないの？ああ、なんか画面がいっちゃった。違う任務からやってけばいいか。正直こんないっぺんに任務が増えるとは思わなかったから。これがリーユエにいる間に世界レベル40、違うな、レベル45になりそう。この本届けたら一旦配信終わるか。じゃあ今日の配信は長くなりそうだし。で、裏で伝説任務、どうしようかな。ジンの伝説任務とかだけやっちゃうか。他の解放に必要になりそうだし。そしてまた依頼が、これ冒険協会か。オッケー。いやでもどうしよっかな。だったら任務がっつりやる配信これから続けるか、一旦区切って日を改めるか。日を改めた方が良さそうだな、キリが悪いし。まあ来週の木曜か土曜かにまた任務やる配信やって、でその間にまあデイリーやったりとかで石貯めてだな。ってことでこの本納品したら報告したら今日は終わりだな。そして迷子だな。本屋どこだ？だいぶ反対じゃねえか。これでそしたらいや写真撮れそうなところはなんか写真映えしそうなとこないかな。いいか。まだ10分あるからちょっと他のやつやってくか。1時になったら配信終わりますんで、それまでお付き合いいただければ。 あ、逃げてった。オープンワールドゲーだとこういう時めっちゃ怒られるんだよな。餌あげろっつったのに何いじめてんだみたいな感じで。ちゃんちゃんどう反応するかな。これは添付素材のあれか。依頼か。これもやっとこう。多分これでちょうどいいかな。
Witness the power. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. You're toast.
Rain outlines your fate. Why do they never miss?
No rest for the wicked.
Nice and spicy.
Let me weave you a burst. Everybody stand back.
By royal decree.
Eh.
！Get them! Oz, reveal thyself! Wings of darkness!
Rain outlines your... I'm going in! Off we go!
Hey, nice and spicy!
結構いい感じだな。なるほどね。オッケーオッケー。添付の育成素材はありがたいな。あと10分。もう一個いけるな。ヒルチャール。これかな？やれるとしたら。せっかくだからエアパーティーで行くか。
Stabilize.
Give up. And step. Break a leg. Steady as stone.
This is order.
なんか変わったさな。
Observe. Strike is one.
It's nothing.
As a dutiful maid would.
なんかさっきから変な鳴き声が聞こえる。
Don't waste my time.
Stabilize.
Flag fly. Break a leg. I must leave no stone unturned.
ホタル結構お茶目なとこあるな。なんだっけ、主人公男の子と女の子で結構性能が違うんだっけ。でホタルの方が攻撃力高いみたいなのは聞いたことある。
I'll catch up. Thank you.
A toast to our success.
Made another handsome sum today.
数字は一緒。へえ。あんま変わんないのか。ふんふんふんふん。そういうフレームとかそういう。へえ。
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
よいしょ。お、経験値本結構もらえたな。じゃあこれでディルックの旦那をマックスまでできるかな。お、いけた。まあ、当然ながら突破素材が足りないわけでこれ以上は無理だけど、イグサも足りないのか。しばらくモンドを探索しないとダメか。多分風車マスターも足りなくなるんだよな。マジか、これ買ったりとかしないと集まんないべ。で多分ジン団長とかも多分風車とか必要になってくるだろうし、モンドはモンドの特産品が。これは大変だな。まあ、とりあえず次はまあ行く秋か。ガイアと行く秋 運金も正直育成したいけど、運金はまあ解放されてないもんな。ノエルもレベルアップしたいな。まあただ育成優先度的にフィッシュル、行く秋だな。ベネット。こいつ倒しに行くの面倒なんだよな。こいつ倒しに行かないとダメか。あ、でも今フィッシュルとかいるからな。ガイアもいるし、フィッシュルもいるし、なんとかなるか。まあ、これは後でやるか。シャンリンもレベル上げたい。シャンリンも育てたい。コレイも育てたい。育成素材が足りなすぎる。石は今2300。まあ正直、先生には間に合わないけど。先生じゃねえや。次のガチャで、ガッと引けるほど貯めらんないだろうけど。まあ次の次あたりだったら天井1回分くらいは貯まるかな。どうだろう。でまあ今日はこんな感じで任務がね、世界任務これは違う。ダインスレーブとこれか。ここら辺はまあ次の配信か裏でやりますということで、今日の配信はここまで。また次回の動画や配信でお会いしましょう。多分次は、来週の木曜にやると思う。それからね、なんか余裕があったら平日ちょこっと1時間か2時間か任務やるみたいな配信やると思うんで、まあ、時間の合う時にお付き合いいただければありがたいです。ということで、じゃあまた来週。またね。霧が悪い締め方したな。